Chirutu Henjol Thiruvai Maripillai Shanmugam Tharutru Marvum Thalidai Padangalam Thanmanathu Purithu Vaazhum Manavada Maamai Ponnargal Paaril Thanithavadiyen Sharan Endru Patrinane.
First set I'll go in the sequence they have been submitted. So first question is in English, set of questions. So 3 questions here, so I'll take one by one each question. Should we accept that whatever parents say is good for us and we should follow that regardless of what they are saying?
Okay, it's a good question. I think it came already once we addressed it. So the answer will be, we cannot have one single answer because it depends on the person to whom we are answering this. So if the person is at the, beginner level, that is, the person is not an independent one, he is dependent on the parents. Yes, they have to do whatever the parents say. Now, if the person is already into, a maturity level, is already attained a maturity level where he has, an understanding of what life is, and if it is a Sampradaya question, then what the Sampradayam is, then the person can start, exploring other options like an acharya, scholar, to seek, clarity on whatever doubts they have or the questions they have. And they can pursue in the path guided by them. There's nothing wrong in that. That's what we do in our life as well. We don't just say yes to our parents throughout our life. Right? Generally, when it comes to general life matters, the parents are always experienced in that. But when it comes to spirituality, not everybody is at the same spiritual level. The age doesn't matter because every Atma, soul's journey is different. Some might be very, very mature at a very young age when it comes to spirituality, and some might not yet be, some might not be at any basic level itself, despite their age. So the measure of the spiritual maturity is entirely different from the other type of maturities that are required for living a very sensible and basically peaceful and successful life. So if it is a Sampradaya question, then when it comes to Sampradayam, we have to look up to those who can give you utmost clarity, provided you have attained an age where you know what clarity is. If you are already one step ahead of even a beginner in the Sampradayam, then blindly believing parents or whatever they say, it's not right. You have to start deciding things by yourself. You need to get an understanding of everything. You can't blindly believe anything. Moreover, now the question is, some people quote this. Some people say that, what if your parents are like Hiranya and Kaikeyi? You don't have to listen to them, provided you are Prahlada and you are Bharata. You can't say that, my father is like a Hiranya. Then, make sure that you are a Prahlada to make that statement. Right? So, the moment you know that something is good or something is bad, then start looking at yourself and how to mold yourself in the path of goodness, rather than wasting your time and judging your parents and others. They have their own life. Because when it comes to spirituality, as I said, every soul has its own unique, travel journey. It has its own journey. So you have to respect that and allow others to go through their experiences. Share your experiences, let them share their experiences. It is for you to decide which one is right or not for you, depending on your level, depending on your taste, and all those things. So I leave it at that. I hope I have reasonably answered the question.
Bhagavatas who asked this question, if you have any follow-up questions, please ask. Second question, there are many superhuman feats done in Ramayana and Mahabharata that don't seem possible. Are we to take these scriptures as real events in the past, or stories to teach humans their dharma and how to live their lives?
It's both. You have to take them, accept them as real, and also you should take the dharma from them. You have to understand what is dharma from them. Why I'm saying that those are real is because they are real. Not because we are forced to believe. Let me ask you a question, right? First, we have to debunk this whole set of people who always say that all our itihasas, Puranas are all myths and it is exaggeration, all superhuman things. This is not possible. Come on. Look at, say, our ancient temples. What technology did they have to source? First, let us start from sourcing. Where did they source those huge rocks? How did they, part those or break or detach those huge rocks from wherever they found it? How did they transport it? How did they cut it? And what technology did they have to, make them look alike? For example, if you enter Sri Ranganatha Swami temple, the place where the Dvajastambham is, if you just look around, there will be at least 100 pillars. Every pillar will look exactly the same, as if it was printed somewhere. Tell me, what technology did they use? Think about it, right? And then it's not merely just cutting the stone. Now, next is they constructed it. Okay, where did they construct? Forget all other temples. Sri Rangam temple has been constructed on sand. There's no soil down. It's purely sand. It's a loose, totally loose soil. Right? And it's an island. On both the sides, it's a river. So all that you get is only sand all the time. What is the basis? Look at the structure that we are looking at. We believe in all so many towers in the Middle East which has been built on the sand. This that. The reason is we are made fools all the time. We are always taught right from the beginning, not by others, by our own parents only, our people only, saying that these are all exaggeration. We ourselves don't have faith in our system. Right? It's very sad that sitting in one place without any technology or telescopes, this, that, and all the stuff, our people were able to exactly tell that there is a planet called Saturn that revolves around the sun in 30 years. There's one thing called Jupiter that goes around the sun in approximately 12 years. They can tell the exact position. They named the constellations. They named the stars that have impact, that has an impact in human life. And they group those stars as constellations. Those are the 12 zodiac signs. And when the moon and the sun and the Saturn and the Jupiter and the Mars, when they move across those constellations, they are calculating it. They can, tell exactly when which planet will be in which constellation. Somebody said those can be observed by naked eyes. How long? Right? What about rainy days? Throughout the night, will somebody be sitting somewhere to observe this? Huh? For how many years? joblessly sitting at night and observing this. You cannot observe in the day, only at night, sleepless nights, sitting and observing with naked eye. How somebody with naked eye can even distinguish between a star and a planet? Like Jupiter and Saturn. Huh? The only problem is there are also the spices that are being added over astrology, and there are always, fools fooling around and fools who are ready to get fooled. So just because somebody is telling in the name of astrology, somebody is cheating somebody, it doesn't mean astrology is false, fake. It's not true. Astrology is, the science is true. Astrologers, maybe you debunk them, but not the science. Sitting at one place, how did they find all these things? What technology did they use? Which is, stunning the whole Western world. Our astrology, subject, our Panchangam and all those things. The yoga, Karana and all, they have not even explored. Our Bhanu, Indu, Bhaumya, Saumya, Guru, Bhrigu, Sthira, Vasaras. That is, each and every day is dominated by one planet. If it is dominated by sun, we call it as Bhanuvara. Why is it called as sun day in the Western world? If it is dominated by Soma, Hindu, that is the moon, we call it as Induvara or Somavara. Why is it called as moon's day, Monday? Why is it called as Saturn's day, Saturday? Why only 7 days in the week in the Western world? Why they have to align to our 7 days? Ours have been there for yugas. Why the exact 7 days? All that some people did is change the holidays. That's it. They call it as holy days for them. So first thinking that, these things are not possible, that is not possible. And then suddenly some archaeological findings is that there is such a big skull and huge, skeleton that has been found. And then they give a name, stupid name, some, comical name for that. And then we say, oh, that's a great finding. Come on. What's wrong with us? Nobody would be jobless to write some 125,000 shlokas called as Mahabharata on palm leaf, joblessly, sitting and writing those things. Huh? Just to tell some stories which are, some exaggerating stuff. These are all rishis who did penance, who lived only for the welfare of the society, not eating, controlling all these senses, not caring about the heat and the cold. Let us respect that. It is possible. It is possible. All those things are true. Let us develop faith and let us help our children develop the faith. By telling all this, these are all the things right in front of us. Even today we are seeing, for example, the place where I am in Salagrama, Mysore, right? 1,000 years back, Embramanar had given the name as Sri Salagrama for this place. Even today, you go to Wikipedia, it says Salagrama, Mysore was founded by Sri Ramanuja. Do we say just 1,000 years back, whatever happened was all just, some stories? The Guru Parampara Prabhavam says that Vadaganambi Swami was born in this place, and after Swami Ramanujacharya's departure to Sri Vaikunta, he came back and he installed the lotus feet of Ramanujacharya, which is something that cannot be seen anywhere else in the entire universe other than this temple. If you want to have the darshan of Sri Ramanujacharya's lotus feet, everywhere else Swami Ramanujacharya is in Vigraha form with his full Trimeni, divine body. So he will always be in seated posture in Padmasana. So you cannot have the complete, darshan, look of his lotus feet. The only place in the entire universe where you can have the darshan of the lotus feet of Swami Ramanujacharya, that was installed by the very holy hands of Swami Budaganambi, is Salagrama. Now the question is, the temple has only Sri Ramanujacharya's Sripada and 8 of his disciples Vigraha under that. And there is not even one single sculpture anywhere else in the temple. Now anybody can come and say that this feet is our religion's guru's feet. They can claim any name. They can say that this is same. We have our own guru. That guru's Sripada is this. If somebody says, nobody can challenge it. Nobody can challenge it because there is nothing. There is a Garuda. If there is a Dwarapalaka, there is a Dvajastamba, then you can say that this temple is Vishnu temple like that. There is nothing at all other than the lotus feet. Yet, after 850 plus years, this place is still called as Sri Bhashyakara Swami Temple. And the pond just opposite to that is known as Sri Ramanuja Sripada Temple. How is it? And Swami Vadaganambi has built such a huge temple for just the lotus feet. At least if it is a Perumal, Tayar, somebody can say you can do decoration and other things. For Vadaganambi Swami, only Embramanar's lotus feet is the supreme. That is what is the truth. Because when it came to Vadaganambi, Sri Ramanujacharya at one point he said, Vadaga, I have lost. What I am saying is not the truth, and what you are saying is the truth. Because Embramanar kept on saying, Lord Ranganatha is the supreme. And Vadaganambi kept saying, Embramanar Swami is the supreme. At one point, Ramanujacharya said, you won me. You conquered me. Namumakku totrum. By saying that, Swami Vadaganambi made Ramanujacharya to utter right from his mouth that Ramanujacharya is the supreme. Because Ramanujacharya says, I have lost you. It means Ramanujacharya's paksha, that is his side, is lost. What is his side? What is his stake? His stake is Lord Ranganatha is the supreme. Now who won? Vadaganambi won. What is his side? He says Embramanar is the supreme. And Embramanar says, you have won, I have lost. It means literally he is telling out of his mouth that he is supreme. Such a faith this Vadaganambi Swami had. So he came back after Embramanar's departure, all by himself, came back and he did the installation of this lotus feet. That is also there in Guru Parampara Prabhavam, Arayapadi. Salagramam, Vadaganambihal, mean to Salagramam, Elundaruli, Embramanar Trivadi Nilayalai Pradhishtipita is there. Now think about it. Such a huge temple made of all rocks with Ardha Mandapa, Maha Mandapa, external Mandapa. A huge temple. Why would somebody build such a huge temple to just install a small set of lotus feet? Would you say that, oh, this is all some stories? What is Ramanujacharya supreme? What is this? Only Sriman Narayana is supreme. Why would somebody build a temple with no technology in those days? Think of how much time would have been spent to build this temple of rocks with pillars, with huge compound wall made of rocks, with ancient technology only, with interlocking technology. In those days itself, they have developed the interlocking technology in the compound wall. It is still amazing us. We just go and only celebrate that, looking at the walls, technology. All these things with what kind of power, manpower that they had done. Okay, Vaduganambi might have that faith. Why would others bother to help him to build such a temple? Let Vaduganambi believe and let him go and sit and just, develop a small pair of lotus feet. Look at how many people who have joined and in his faith. Do you call it as a exaggeration or a joke or some story or a myth? Come on. That is so unfair. This is exactly what we people are doing. We are saying, you know what, only take what is the essence. Everything else, rest of the things are just exaggerations. Open your eyes. You don't need some wisdom for this. Open your eyes. It's right in front of us. Huge monuments, architecture marvels. Right? There are always exaggerations. Exaggeration is there. We have debunked science like anything. Science is completely, 10% of it. I'm just giving a random number, maybe 20%. Let us give some credit, genuine credit, because we are using the science technology, all this mobile and all this nonsense, to do something good because everybody is using it for the wrong purpose. So 20%. 80% is only speculation and theories. Recently, for some reason, I stumbled upon some article. Somebody sent some link or something. I don't generally browse all these things. I've stopped all this nonsense. Stumbled upon one site somewhere where they said that 95% of the universe is still a mystery. Look at the way science cheats us. Huh? They said 95% of the universe is mystery. We cannot understand. Only 5%, whatever we know, whatever we see, is only 5% of the universe. Then you don't even know what is the universe. How do you say what you know is 5%? Where did you come up with your 95%? Huh? Look at the poison that is very carefully injected through this. You say that the universe is ever expanding and there is no single center for the universe. Everything is a center. That's what the article says. And then casually they say, whatever we see, whatever is there that we know of is only 5%. What is this 5%? Huh? Unless you know your 100%, how do you? And you were clearly saying that you don't know what it is. So what is your 5%? Oh, that's a speculation. Even to speculate, what is the basis for you? What's your basis? Then why can't I say that only 1% of science is truth? I am giving some credit. The same way I am telling 20%, right? That's exactly why I use that number, 10% and 20% and all. What's your 1%? 5% of universe, I know. When you don't know what is universe, and you are just a dot somewhere. You are just a dot. Science is nothing but common sense. Science does not have to tell anything. You yourself can decide many things. Right? I'll tell you very, very simple thing. Look at this. You know our biggest problem? Our biggest problem is only science. In many ways. Do agriculture, eat happily, do something like exploring your soul, your purpose of life and other things. If there is somebody who's underprivileged, like they are born with some defect and other things, or if somebody is struggling with disease or age, help them. Help somebody live peacefully, and you also live peacefully. Have a place to stay, have a dress to wear, have a food to eat, live happily and leave. The moment you started exploring something under the name of curiosity, necessity is the mother of invention. What is the necessity? Is tractor a necessity? Why do you need tractor? Why do you need a bore well? What is the necessity? Because there is no water. There is no water. Why? What are you doing with the rainwater? In what way you are saving it? Where's your common sense? You want everything in a touch of a button. Tap, open, water should come. Where it will come from? Tank. Somebody has to manufacture tank, you have to pay. Pipe. Somebody has to manufacture pipe, you have to pay for it. You need a plumber. It goes for repair, you have to pay for that. You need a motor. Somebody has to manufacture it. You need electricity. Somebody has to manufacture electricity. What do? Build a dam. Control the flow of water. So there is no water bed. It dries. This first layer dries. Second layer dries. Third layer dries. Now no more water can be stored under the ground. When it comes, it has to go only to the ocean. And then under the name of generating electricity, you create dams. And then you give electricity for money and you have to pay for that only to take water from the ground. What the logic you have? Huh? You can't, we are doing this all this session, I'm doing at night 9 o'clock. Evening 6 o'clock, once the light is off, go and sleep. Wake up early morning. Sit and meditate. Do something. Explore yourself. Live with the nature. That's what the birds do. That's what the animals do. What's your problem? No. We want to do something more. What is that more? The moment you start doing something more, you are into trouble. Somebody asked me, like karma. Oh, what is this karma? Why karma? How can you say that with just one action you can earn so many janmas? How is that possible? I said it's very much possible. Somebody is meddling with some nanoparticle, then it explodes. Suddenly, you are killing at least 1 million of people. You ruined so many lives, and then their further generations. You can't experience all of their pain at once. You will be given so many janmas together, not just for that one act, for all the repercussions of that. With just one Nagasaki bomb, if you have done something, or Hiroshima bomb, you have done something. Generations together, decades after also, it continues. The trauma continues. You have to go through each and every one of those. Where did it start from? What did I do? I didn't know. When you did not know, why do you want to meddle with something? Curiosity under the name of. Why? We have known things. Agriculture is a known thing. There's nothing to meddle with. Rain gives water. Store it. Be at a place where you get water. Earn your food. Produce your food. Earn your food. Live a sensible life. I want something more. What is that more you want? Some kick. Some curiosity. Something different. Then you start your bigger karma. That's why our Shastras keep saying, our preceptors say, live as per Shastras. Live as per Shastras. Live simple, sensible life. Under the name of curiosity, under the name of development. What is the development that we have done? Make everybody lazy? Make everybody spend more and more money? Thereby earn more and more money? Develop a huge rat race? Make everybody psychologically ill? Confused? Illusioned? How long? How far? For what? Many of us don't even know why we are working for some XYZ company and why we are making this money and what are we going to do with this money. We don't know. We keep on making. We have become machines. The life is just passing through right in front of our eyes, second by second. Second by second. We think it's only a second that we are losing. Within, flash, hair is gone or it becomes white, skin is wrinkled. Many of the equipments do not work. That's it. Wait until somebody takes you away from this. Then again get one more body. Start the game again. Is this what we want to do? Coming back to the question, so all the superhuman, what is superhuman? Somebody will say that all our JCBs and our satellites and all this, everything is superhuman. When somebody meddles with something like this, and then there is a huge destruction or some meteorite comes and destroys something with, for some XYZ reason, some phantom event occurs and something happens. After that, when generations come, they'll say, hey, all these are, myth only. They said they have sent something there, here, all records are there. What nonsense. How somebody can go to moon? How somebody can go to Mars? They'll say that because when there are no records, you can always make this statement against all the things that we are talking today also. Because we are the ones who are seeing it. We are the ones who are seeing it. Right? So let us educate our children that, there are always negative things. Negative in the sense is all the spices that are being added, all interpolations, extrapolations, interpretations. My only thing is, if you want to get to know the truth, reach out to practitioners. Don't reach out to all those, speakers. They are just tape recorders. They played whatever is there. If you ask them, they will add their own interpretation only. They have a purpose. Those who do only plain storytelling, they have a purpose. I am not here to blame them. They have a purpose. So understand their purpose and leave them to do that job. You don't assume that just because somebody is telling some stories, they are God or God sent. And just because they are at a higher level than you, doesn't mean, as I've told this many times, just because LKG teacher is at a higher level than you, doesn't mean they are God. They are God for LKG students. Once you become a 12th grade or a PhD candidate, or once you are somebody much above, give respect because they help you to cross that. That's it. Don't say why they are teaching for LKG. They don't know anything. Don't say that. They help you to cross that step. Have respect. But don't call them as God and say that I'll sit in LKG for 20 years, kindergarten, right? It doesn't make sense. Reach out to practitioners. There are practitioners. You cannot say there are no practitioners. Go and talk to practitioners. It's very difficult to deal with practitioners because they will tell the truth. They will call a spade a spade. But they can help you really to understand how real the reality is as per the Shastras. How real are the Shastras? The measure of the reality is known as pramana. Pramana is measure. You need to understand. Pramana means measure. Measure of what? Measure of the truth. So how true are these events? You can say they are not something that we can understand now. That you can leave it at that. You cannot say that is not correct or that is exaggeration. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. There are people who have defied gravity, levitation. It is possible. There is a methodology for that. Go sit and try. If you are really interested, if you think it's too much of a effort, leave it at that. Don't say that that is not possible. That's not possible for you in the way that you want it to happen. Right?
Adian felt a lot of clarification, but Bhagavat has any questions, follow-up questions on this? Yes, Swami. I think this question and answer is very important because this continues to come from many people. It's a repeat question, but I think Swami explained we need to get better at understanding the limitations of science and thinking about our own sampradaya and getting knowledge from practitioners. I think this is a pretty important thing for us to discuss. Again, Swami. Next question has come from Bhagavata in the chat message, but actually there's also a related question, Swami. This question can be answered Tamiliya solla or English solla. இந்த கேள்வி வந்து இங்கிலீஷ்ல கேட்டிருக்காரு. ஆனா வந்து சுவாமி பாகவதர் வந்து தமிழ்லயும் பதில் சொல்லலாம், நான் இங்கிலீஷ்ல சொல்லலாம் சொல்லியிருக்காரு. நான் படிக்கிறேன். Again, there is significant confusion surrounding Hindu gods and their perceived supremacy stemming from Vedas, which praise various demigods as supreme lords in different suktams and different Upanishads. Hence, the challenge lies in elucidating to the common person that only Perumal is a true supreme lord and not any other deity. So my question is, why Perumal did not keep limitations to praise only him in Vedas and not other demigods to avoid so much confusion around the world? There is also a related question submitted. Why does God not come to earth more often in order to help us out of difficult times and set humans on the different right path of dharma?
Okay.
Tamil badal solla, English solla.
That's okay. I'll address it in English, and then we can also tell it in Tamil, maybe in follow-up sessions. The first question is basically there is a lot of confusion around Hindu gods. The very first confusion itself is the term Hindu, right? Let us try to understand religions in India. A religion is basically a set of, it's a package that comes with a worshipping methodology that is made up of a set of rituals. And a ritual is something that is performed through the three karanas. One is manas, mind. Second one is vak, that is your mouth. And the third is kayam, that is your body. Using these three karanas, you do rituals in a particular sequence that is defined as a worship. Now, why do you do this? To get something. Why do you do this? Why do you work in a company? By speaking in a meeting, thinking about, planning, which is something to deal with the mind, and doing with your body. The same three karana you are doing. Working in a company, you are not simply just typing something. You're thinking how to do it. You're delivering a presentation or something like that. All these things are there. Same way, for what? To get money, to get promotion, to buy a car, all those things. Similarly, in those days, even today it is relevant, but it depends on the faith. These are all methodologies to worship. Now, to worship whom? What we are saying is, why we are not having only one company in the world? Why we are not having only one manager in that one company? And not have other managers at all? Let everybody work for only one manager. Why? Why we should not have that? We have so many companies because those give you options. Why everyone is choosing different subjects in the school, colleges? Why computer engineering? Why medical? Why mechanical? Why civil? You have different ruchi. Loko bhinna ruchihi. The world has been designed in such a way that everybody have the right to develop a taste and choose a path in accordance to the taste that they have developed. right? So as you grow in that path, you can reach it. You can reach various levels, right? For a small startup company, they'll say they have a CEO. So the company is, employees will say our CEO is big boss and all. When it comes to large companies, this CEO will be applying for a smaller job in that company. You can't say that a 10-member company CEO is the same as a 1 million employee company CEO or 100,000, whatever some number, right? They're not same, right? Now, all said and done, you can have any number of companies. You can have only one prime minister in a country. He rules. He just rules. Similarly, based on everybody's ruchi, they pursue a particular path. As you grow, you will start having people behind you who will serve you. You earn more and you start giving. So when you work for a company, you make money, and then you find that suddenly you have servants in your house. You have watchman, you have, your personal assistant. You are giving salary to them. Suddenly you have grown. Some people, they are just salaried, they can only take care of their own selves. As you grow, you can start using help of others. The more you grow, the more you have. You have a driver, you have so many. You have a dhobi, these things. Similarly, as you grow on the spiritual path, suddenly you will find that a lot of people are ready to serve you. You grow. So when this growth happens at a significant level, you attain a stage known as Devata. You are a Devata who many people will worship. Today we are worshipping many CEOs of companies in order to get promotions and other things. We lobby for all the vice president posts and director posts, this, that, everything, right? Let's not say no. That's the truth. Similarly, Devatas, it's a status. Even in Devatas, there is a hierarchy. Even in a company, you have all this bell curve. You have the building blocks, all the employees, and then you have managers, and then you have VP, SVP, AVP. All these things. Similarly, Devatas, they also have a hierarchy. The highest position is Brahma. And then the next one below is Rudra. Then you have Indra, Varuna, Agni, Aditya. So many Devatas. We all can reach any of these Devata status. We all, at different point in time, we can. If you want, you can do all those yajnas, tapas, penance, and you can attain those levels. And there will always be somebody worshipping. You cannot say, oh, hey, so many companies, why so many CEOs, small CEOs, there's small companies there, big companies there. And not everybody is doing the same thing, different companies. One is into mechanical line, one is into chemical line, one is into service, IT services, one is into, medical line, all these things. You can't say that. Different ruchis, so different modes, methodologies, worships, different devatas. Right? There's nothing wrong in that. But we don't call each one of them as God. But for them, for example, if I'm working for a company, I'll say, you know what? My boss is God. He's doing everything for me. Does that mean he's really God? My CEO is the best CEO. How many CEOs did you see? I don't know, but he's good to me. So I say that he's the best CEO for me. Then do you mean to say, why you have so many CEOs? Come on. He's the CEO for that company. He's not the CEO for the world. Similarly, somebody might say, Rudra is my deity. He will give whatever I want. Another one will say, Brahma, he will give me whatever I want. Indra, Varuna, different people. Right? There is only one Supreme who creates this universe, not one. Any number of, so many universes. For each universe, each Anda, right? There is one Brahma. Under that Brahma, there will be so many. So like this, so many Brahmas, so many Andas are created. One is created, one is maturing, another one is dying, another one is again being created like this. It's a huge manufacturing company. And the Supreme is doing just like that. He doesn't have to put in effort for this. He's doing just like that. That's the power of the omnipotent and omnipresent. Only because he's present everywhere, he can do it just like that. Creating and destroying. Shrishti Sthiti Samhara. Now this Supreme is only one. He is Paramatma. He is God. And all others are called as God by different people based on their own faith, worship, and what they get from them. And it's an individual belief, not the truth. The truth is there is only one God in the Vedic system. Sa ekaha sayayevam vit. Right? He is only one. All others are anga anyanya devata aha. All other devatas are just his angas, his limbs. That means he is the inner controller and he has a body. The whole universe is the body. Don't visualize as this body where this is one galaxy. Don't visualize. That's our limitation. To begin with, just put it in your mind. There's only one God clearly in our system. The problem is when people from outside, when they come, who's your God? Everybody says, this is my God, that is my God. The people who are coming from outside, they also have different gods on the way. Same Old Testament, only so many religions have come. Only thing is, that is not allowing this kind of devatas and other things. Their system does not allow. They don't follow that. They have not yet realized that such a system exists. We have realized that. Ours is at a very advanced level. For their religion, their religion has no solid base, rational and other things. Our Vedic system is so rational. You have to sit in a tarka with somebody, ask questions, then you will know. Go and sit with a practitioner, ask questions. Why God created this world? Why he created like this? Why he didn't restrict? Everything has an answer. Unfortunately, practitioners are busy in liberating themselves by detaching from this nonsense. So it is for you to go and in a persistent fashion, with utmost patience, sit with them and get to know these things. Then you will know that all these are devatas. He only created all these things. These are all positions. You can also earn those positions. You can have your own followers. But the Supreme is only one. That is why we say that each and every religion is nothing but a knowledge level. As you gain more and more knowledge of the reality, that is, as you go closer to the reality, as the limit tends to reality in your integration from the illusion, that is Maya, to the reality. As you tend more towards the reality, you are going religion by religion. Your knowledge is becoming more and more complete. And when your knowledge is fully complete, you will naturally realize that you are into Srivaishnava. We are not saying ours is the only religion that is telling the truth. When you realize the truth, we are saying that you will be in our religion. Every religion is maintaining a particular knowledge level. You have to go through that. Everybody who's a realized soul today would have been a Buddhist in some birth, would have been a follower of Sankhya Sampradhayam. To begin with the Charvaka, but then later into all these religions, they would have gone through, because every religion is a knowledge level as you gain knowledge. So the whole journey is all about acquiring that jnana, getting paripurna jnana. That's the whole travel all about. That's the journey of the Atma. Right? So why God should restrict anything at all? Why he should force everybody to only worship him? Then what is the point? What is the point in creating the world? To give you independence, to let you go through all these experiences. Then finally, let you realize by yourself that he is the supreme. And that's exactly his game. Find me. I'm right in front of you. Antar bahishchatat sarvam vyapya narayana sthitah. He is there everywhere. I'm here, right here. Find me. I'm not forcing you to find me. I'm allowing you to find me. All by yourself. Take your time. Come and find me. Right? So no point in asking why only Sriman Narayana is the supreme. When somebody says their own God is, tell their God is supreme. No problem. It's like some companies, employees saying my CEO is the CEO. Okay, good. Enjoy. What's wrong with that? Allow them to be what they are. Our job is not to fight with others. If you are confused, go seek a practitioner. Ask the right questions. You will get the right answers. Right? Simple and straight.
Yes. Any follow-up question, feedback from the, Bhagavata, Sridharan Swami? Swami, there's another second part of the question asked by another Bhagavata. Why does God not come to earth more often in order to help us out of difficult times and set humans on the right path of dharma? Swami actually answered it, but I want to make sure that this also is covered.
I will explain it in a little more detail. The question is, okay, if God is coming and why God is not coming very often? Now, the question is why God should come at all? He has given us brains. Why we are not using it? Why we need to have a God to come and do something for us when we can do it ourselves? God should come when nobody can do anything at all, when it goes out of the hands. You should not force God to come for everything. Let us say one thing. We know that all that we need is food to eat and place to stay, a peaceful life, we have a dress, basic amenities. Are we stopping at that? Again and again, I keep asking the same question to everyone. Are we stopping at that? Look at how much we have in terms of bank balance. What are we going to do? Do we know that whether we will live in the next moment? Do we know we will live tomorrow? What are we going to do with all these things? How much? You want everything, so much you want. Your craving does not stop. You're just running behind like anything. Behind what? Status, fame, name, and then facilities, comfort. You call it as happiness. Come on. What are you running behind? When you know for sure these things are not needed, simple, sensible life, peaceful life, you can live. When you're not ready to live, why God should come and actually solve your problem? Why are you meddling with nano? Why do you want to spend so much of money? Huh? Why do you want to spend so much of money to send a satellite? Why do you need to know what will be the weather today? Whether will be, whether it will be a rain from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Accurate weather. You are clapping and you are celebrating all your weatherman and all. Why do you need to know? Build a safe house. When it rains, go and sit inside. If it rains for 3-4 days, ensure that you have food for those 4 days. Save it. What's your problem? No, I get a kick out of it. When somebody says the weather is so in a very precise fashion, look at the technology you have built. Really? To know that it will rain from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock and it has rained. So what do? Just go sit and clap instead of enjoying the rain when it comes in a very surprise fashion. And with common sense, if you look at the clouds, you'll know that it's going to rain with a little bit of experience. We are the root cause for all the nonsense, and we can solve all these problems. Simply saying that God should come and he should solve all the problems, why people are evil. Forget about why people are evil. Why the people who are not evil are not joining hands? Are we joining hands? How many Srivaishnavas? Forget about, all the brotherhood and global denizenship and all those things. Within a cult, within a religion, how many Srivaishnavas, when they see each other, greet at each other? Have a friendly talk. Ask if somebody needs help. How many of us are doing that? Simply saying that why God is not coming and solving the problem. We are the problem, root cause of the problem. Our biggest problem is we are not able to stop creating problems. We are the ones who are creating the problem. We know that corruption is everywhere, but who is giving the money? If I don't give money, I won't get the thing done in the right time. Make sure that whoever is giving money, if everybody stops, how long they will sit without moving a file? How long they will sit without moving a file? You can ask question. You can say that give me a ETA estimated time of completing ETC, whatever you call it. Completion of this work. Demand a ETC for each and every work in the government office. Don't give money. Wait for it. You are not able to wait. You are ready to give the money because you have money. But because you have practiced, you have made it as a practice by giving money. Those who cannot give money are forced to give that money. And you keep saying, oh, those officials, they won't do anything without taking money. Really? Why don't you wait and see by not giving money? Let it take 20 days or 2 months. But everybody should do it. No, everybody. We can only say that nobody else is joining hands. Really? How Hitler was able to join so many hands to do some destructive work. Develop all the skills, interpersonal skills, social skills. Be a leader. Instead of being a leader in a company and motivating everybody to reach their target, only for some CEOs and other people to go and play golf at your cost. Do for the society. No, I am not ready. Then why God should come here? God, to be honest, my question is why actually God came? I would put the question otherwise. Why Dashavatara? Why did you come? I keep asking that question. Why did you come in this temple form? Who is ready to care for you? Look at all these people who are totally faithless, but they are putting all these things and saying, he is my God, he is my God. What are they doing to you, Perumal? You are in shambles all the time. under the name of Saulabhya, taking whatever these idiots give. Huh? These traitors. It's all me. I'm talking about myself. Why did you come here? Assuming a temple, and people are marking that you are a stone, and then these people are saying, no, it is not a stone. So what is it? It's a stone deep inside my mind, but you should not call it as a stone because you belong to a different religion. Stop all this nonsense. Seriously. Open your eyes inside and outside. We always blame everybody else. That religion is growing, this religion is growing. Who asked you not to grow? What's your problem? If something is growing, because somebody is, sincerely working for that. If ours is not growing properly, it is because we are not working properly. There is no integrity. No, some leader should arrive. It is always like some leader should arrive. Some Embramanar should arrive. You ask your son to come, they will say, no, my son, why I should send my son? Now Embramanar will come. Where from he will come? He will jump from somewhere. Anybody can become Embramanar. Anybody can become Alvar. We will not allow our children to become like that. It's a very shameful act. People working in temple, they are all low profile. Should come in a car, go to temple, throw some money, get some prasadam, and then come. Those who are making the prasadam, they are all wearing all dirty dresses. Those who are doing the worship, this thing, they are all half naked. What's your concept? We will sit and work for some company, and then we will say our religion is not growing. We ourselves will not do wear, shike. We will not do Sandhya Vandanam and all those things. We will not do Samhita Dhanam. We will not do all this Aupasanam and prescribed rituals. We will not learn Vedas. We will close all Veda Patashalas. We will not educate our girls, our women to, marry only our Vaidika people. Go and see the other religions. They maintain their paraphernalia. Look at the Sikh religion. Look at Islamic religion. Go and see the discipline in a church. Huh? Only in our temples you can come in any kind of dress. You can talk any nonsense. You can litter anywhere. And you will ask, wow, who is cleaning this? Somebody came here. They said, who is maintaining this? Why is it like that? He said, who are you? I am a Sanatani. Wonderful. Come and do some work here. He said, how? Then, who means who? How shamelessly you are excluding yourself from that who? Why somebody else should always do? Temple is your place. You come and clean. Even for cleaning those temples, somebody puts a board saying, I have cleaned 10 temples, 20 temples, 50th Kainkaryam, 108th Kainkaryam. You want to put a board and number for that? Then daily you put in your front of your house saying that I brushed my teeth so many days since my birth. Huh? I took bath so many days in this particular soap. Cleaning is your duty. Serving is your duty. That is what you are born for. Right? First thing is always, finding fault and blaming all other systems, all other people, all the time. That person is not like this. This person. Fix yourself and follow it. Don't say that nobody is allowing me to follow. You follow to the best possible and be at a place where you can follow it, at least at your level. Forget all others. At your level, wherever you can follow, go to that place and follow it first. That is more than sufficient for the supreme to get into the picture. Avatara did not happen the way it happened in Dashavatara. One person is more than sufficient for him. If you say that, hey, Sriman Narayana, enough, you have done so much for me. I am here only for you. Let one person come like that. He said, Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. You told that it is not Durlabha, it's not rare. It's very, very rare that there is a person who says, I am the one who is everywhere. Instead of he saying, Ma Suchaha, don't worry. We should go and tell him, Ma Suchaha, don't worry. I am there for you. Whatever happens, I am there for you. Let one person get into the picture, then he will say, there is somebody for me. You know what? I'll do wonders. In a fraction of a second, he can change everything. Shubhena manasa dhyatam. Within a second, Satya Sankalpa, he can do wonders in the entire universe. In a fraction, he can create. In a fraction, he can destroy. In a fraction, he can transform. But where is that one person? We will always say, somebody should come. Somebody said, Embramanar only should come. Shame on you. He has come and he has done so many things. What are you doing for that? Shame on us. To always say that somebody else should come. Even if Embramanar comes, unless somebody cooperates, how he can do things? How he can do things? We have an independent house. When you have an independent house, why don't you dig a well? No. All other people, they are, digging bore wells, so you won't get water. Dig a well and have faith on him and see. He is able to give you a hot water spring at 10,000 feet in Badrinath. A place where 6 months it is closed because of utter cold weather, where it snows and it closes every place. There, 24/7, you get a free hot water spring. Now, who kept a geyser there? We call him as Sarva Shakti, who can do anything. Aghadita Ghadana Samartyam, who can make something appear or disappear. That which does not exist, he can create. That which exists, he can make it, not exist. And our concept is, he cannot give you water at 10 or 20 feet. Because everybody is putting borewell. What happened to your faith, boss? You can say all those things. But reality is, nothing is happening. That means then there is no God. But only because we are born in this, based on dogma, blind belief, that I am born in this. It's more of a racism or a casteism. How different is it? That's why we are mocked at. Because we don't try to understand the reality in the true sense. We blindly believe. We are possessive about our belief. We are not having a sensible, a radical or rational, I would say. It's only radical. Rational. Our belief is not based on any rationale. We don't have real faith. It's a possessiveness that is represented as faith. My caste or my religion or my race. That's all it is. Deep inside, zero. You realize God, he can do wonders. He will do wonders. Not he can. Let us stop saying that he can. We all know he can. He will do wonders. Question is, are we ready to jump into this? Nobody is ready. They'll tell all stories. I have my parents to take care. What if you die tomorrow? Hey, why do you say this all? I will say that. Who's going to take care of anybody at all? When you don't know what will happen to you, who's going to take care? Jump inside with a good thought, with a faith that he is only taking care of. He will definitely take care of everybody else in your family. Jump in and see, instead of telling stories. Are we asking the whole world to jump in? No. Somebody said, if everybody comes like this, what will happen to Sampradayam? How many people are coming? Everybody is saying the same thing. 1 million people are telling the same thing. Let 10 people come. Once they taste the reality, once they realize, once they experience the Supreme, then others will start getting a feel of it. Then there are no practitioners. What is the point in telling all these stories? Like your Advaita, I am God. Did you realize it? No, I am realizing. You will also become God if you do this. Hey, when you have not realized God, how do you say that this path will go? That's what everybody says. I am God, you are God. Sit like this and then meditate and you do this Vipassana, you will become God. Nobody has realized and everybody says you will become God. If you have become God, then help me to become God also. Help me to get relief from Maya. No, I have not become God. Now, how do you say that in this path you will become God? Because somebody told, did that person become God and then tell you? No, he was also in the mode. Did he come back and at least tell you? No. What about your Vaishnava? We have a person who went and came back. We never say we are God. He has seen the God. Nammarva went through Survisam Panamikal. He went to Vaikundam and he came back and he said, yes, there is God. Tell me one person in your system who did that. We're so proud. We believe in him. We have faith. He has seen it and he has shared it. Magnanimous, sheer mercy. We follow him. He's not a Brahmin, as per your so-called caste. Fourth Varna. So what? We don't care. He is our preceptor. Mata pita yuvatayas thanaya vibhutis sarvam yadev niyamena madanvayanam adyasya nahak kulapatehe vakulabhiham. He is our primogenitor when it comes to the Atma Jnana. Right? Instead of blaming all others, this, that, and all, and expecting God to come and all, it's all in our hands. Let us develop a sensible brotherhood within ourselves first. Whoever is cooperating, let us join hands with them. Instead of expecting everybody to join. Whoever is not joining, there are always cases like that. There's no point in wasting our time with them. Whoever is joining, let us join hands. Let it become a movement. Let us start a movement. Only with those who are ready to join hands, who are ready to gel with a real sense of brotherhood, not some drama and ego and fame, craving souls. Sorry. Let them sit and crave for the fame. There will always be some jokers who will always come and say, hey, you are super. The Facebook, they will put all those things. All those comments, that is more than sufficient to destroy your, wisdom. All these people who will just do stuti, saying, oh, you are the superhero of our Sampradayam, all this nonsense. Those are meaningless statements. It should come from him. He did that for Manaval Maman. He said, you are the superhero. Vande Ramya Jamatramani. You are my Acharya. You are my superhero. He has to come and tell us.